you're struggling, you're losing, you need some goals, the best comeback tactics available on YouTube. Before we get into today's video, just like, comment, subscribe, please. Thank you. What is going on, guys? Rannerz here. Today we got the 422 custom tactics, my updated ones. A lot of people been asking for these, and I took a little while with this video, where late February, maybe early March, depending on when this gets uploaded. It's pretty good. There's a good few changes, especially with the ultra defensive. If you're like trying to hold out a game, I've kind of completely revamped that whole thing. And then there's minor changes here and there. The idea overall of the formation is pretty much the same though, however. Also, this is my new team. If you guys don't watch the stream, this is my team right now. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. With the new 87 daisies just upgraded. But anyways, let's focus on the tactics. We got our 4 game plans, all in order, all based on what you should be doing. Now, everybody asked me, when should I use each formation? So I'm gonna go through it quickly. Okay. So you start off the game, it's 0-0. You want to start on this attacking formation. Okay, in my opinion. Now, if it doesn't feel right, there's something wrong, there's too many runs, and the gameplay is maybe too slow or something, like I say, you want to switch to this defensive one. Okay, so this is very straightforward, and even in bad gameplay, you can just pass around with this formation and you'll be fine. So, as long as the game is within 1 goal, so whether you're winning by 1 goal, it's a draw, or you're losing, you should stay between these 2 formations. Now, when it gets multiple goals, then you start changing, right? But so how I like to do it is, per goal, you do 15 minutes. Now, what does that mean? So, if you're 2 goals up in the 70th minute, okay? So you're 2 goals up 70th minute, 20 minutes left in the game, right? Around then, so that's more than 2 15-minute segments, if that makes sense. So you want to go to ultra defensive, because there's not that much time left, and you're up 2. Okay, so then you want to go to ultra defensive and you want to see out the game. Now the reverse, if you're down 2 in 70th minute, you want to go to ultra attacking and start using it there. So basically, it just depends on how many goals down you are and how long's left in the game, and you should do 1 goal per 50 minutes. So if it's the 70th minute, okay, but you're only down 1 goal, then you don't need to switch till the 75th minute to go ultra attacking. You can stay with like your attacking and defensive, because you don't want to go all out too early. Likewise, defensively, if you're only 1 goal up in the 70th, not the 75th, you don't want to go to ultra defensive yet, because you'll end up trying to time waste too much time, and you'll end up probably conceding just because you were trying to time waste too early. So now we've got the basics of that covered. Let's get into tactics. So let's start off with the ultra defensive. If you are leading the game, trying to see it out. So this is a little weird one. The defensive style I have is pretty much the same for every formation, every game plan. And so it's this new 8 depth that I've been talking about, where your team auto offside traps. Now see, the thing with this is, I don't like to invite pressure when I'm holding a lead, right? So if I'm holding a lead, it means this guy hasn't been able to really score that much against me all game. So by that logic, I'm going to keep my defense the same way it was. Because if I change the defense, drop out more, and let him get into my box more, then he might score. But using this defense that I've been using the whole game, I've got a lead from it, so I don't change that. But then the offensive style is quite different, and instructions. So obviously max out width, that's what you want to do. And then balance, because possession is decent, but it means sometimes you can just get killed by a press, because nobody will make a run and everybody will be marked. So that's why I'm unbalanced. 2 players in box, not too much. Obviously 1-on-1, because you don't want to get corner counter-attacked and free kick counter-attacked. But then here's the key thing. These instructions, bro. Target man and come back on defense on the strikers, so that you always have that passing option, is huge. Absolutely huge. On the wide players, you got comeback defense and get in the box for cross. Then CDMs, we got boat stay back, boat cover center, and fullbacks stay back, obviously. Now onto the defensive. So this is, you can use it if there's like a 1 goal margin or you're drawing, and if the gameplay isn't great, where long ball isn't very useful. So once again, the defense is the exact same. Attacking wise, it's just 5-5, really balanced. This is like the most balanced 4-4-2 you can get. It's just, everybody is in their position. There's no crazy runs, there's no anything. Well, which is good and bad, right? So the pros of it is you know where your players are going to be. The cons is you are pretty predictable because like there's nothing special really happening. But anyways, it's pretty much balanced on the strikers. Then the wide cams come back defense, get in the box again. Then you have one CDM get forward because like the team is fairly defensive and not very adventurous. So having a CDM on get forward actually adds a lot. Then the other one, stay back. Obviously both on cover center. And then fullbacks on stay back. But then the attacking, this is what I would normally use. Use this as much as you can unless it just isn't working. Then you'll have to switch, but primarily use this, okay? So same defense again, but then we go with the long ball attacking wise, right? Then the long ball coupled with getting behind on the two strikers is they'll just constantly be making runs. And so you want to be pinging those true balls to them from either your wide cams or your CDMs. And the reason I have the defensive setup is in bad gameplay, if they're constantly running off and you can't time a true ball correctly, you'll just keep losing the ball, and that's really bad. So that's when you would switch. Wide cams still just come back on defense. They're not getting to the box because in this formation they're actually kind of staying a bit out wide and they're just playing true balls to Mbappe and Ronaldo. Like the whole game plan is literally true balls. Then CDMs stay back. So Bruno is balancing this, not get forward. Because with the long ball he like pushes up a bit more anyways. So if you couple that with get forward, he'll literally like play center forward. So you don't want that. And then fullbacks just stay back as always. Now, if you're struggling, you're losing, you need some goals, the best comeback tactics available on YouTube, in my opinion. The constant pressure, the 5 width, the 10 depth, the fast build up, the 5-5-5-5. It's beautiful. Okay, and you know what we say every time, just in case you knew it, this is what we say. Okay, you don't have stay forward, you don't have get in behind with constant pressure and fast build up, because think about where they'll be. They'll already be on the defender, and then fast build up makes them do a run, so then he's offside, so you can't be doing that. Then wide players not come back on defense because you kind of want them near the fullbacks because you're trying to press and get the ball off this guy. Midfielders, Vieira is still on stay back. Bruno's unbalanced because you're on fast build up, so like balance is still basically get forward. You'll notice they're on cover wing because the fullbacks are unbalanced and you want them cover wing to fill in if the fullback goes missing. Anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed the custom tactics. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you did. I'll see you guys next time.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true, but the world is